Nearly $67 million in broadband funding awarded in New Mexico, a connectivity exchange platform for members of the NCTC. U.S. consumers struggle with increasing broadband costs, and Cisco gets into cybersecurity in a big way. Those stories and more on This Week in the Broadband Universe. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Craig Corbin. Better than half of the broadband funding awarded this week through the Connect New Mexico pilot program is headed to tribal areas and a tribal-affiliated provider. $40.72 million of the $66.8 million in capital projects fund awards will go to 5 pueblos: Jemez, Nambe, Laguna, Santa Ana, and Santo Domingo, along with Oso Internet, which is a tribal-affiliated service provider. Non-tribal award winners include Jemez Mountain Electric Cooperative, $5.99 million, Tularosa Communications with $4.24 million, and Penasco Valley Telephone Cooperative, $486,000. Comcast received the largest single award at $15.55 million. With the awards announced this week, the Connect New Mexico pilot program has distributed $117 million in grants, with $72.7 million in matching contributions. The state has awarded all CPF funding allocated to New Mexico. A notice of proposed rulemaking, or NPRM, this week from the Federal Communications Commission seeking comment on previously announced plans to award funding for the expansion of 5G service by way of a reverse auction process. The Commission also looking for input on whether the $9 billion budget in place for the 5G fund is sufficient. Plans were originally made back in 2020. The NPRM also seeking comments on using the H3 geospatial indexing system to limit eligible areas to resolution 9 hexagons that have broadband serviceable locations or roads that lack unsubsidized 5G service. The FCC is proposing a 2-phase reverse auction with funding awarded to providers that commit to deploying service with the lowest level of government support. Some observers have expressed concern with the reverse auction method in light of the high percentage of defaults from that same method used in RDOF auctions. Nearly 4 out of 10 American consumers are cutting personal expenses just to pay their monthly internet bill. That, according to a national survey from U.S. News and World Report. 61% of the respondents struggle due to the impact of inflation on the cost of household items. Better than half, 53%, reporting now paying more than double for internet than when they first signed up. A notable acquisition this week with Cisco entering an agreement to buy cybersecurity firm Splunk for $28 billion. The deal expected to close in the third quarter of next year. This continues the trend for Cisco of making a substantial effort to increase recurring software revenue. In June, Cisco announced its intent to acquire network monitoring company Ascedian, and last month the acquisition of cloud-based core network company Working Group 2. Intelsat now testing a new content distribution system using the Internet to transport video content globally. Intelsat One IP is an interconnected network powered by a software platform, eliminating the need for hardware in the process. The system utilizes Intelsat's hybrid terrestrial and satellite infrastructure, providing access to the company's global media network. T-Mobile may be looking to expand their fiber footprint, according to a report from Bloomberg. T-Mobile talking with Tillman Fiber Co. about using that company's fiber infrastructure. This would be the third such project following an effort in New York City with Pilot Fiber and in Colorado with Intrepid Fiber. As a result of the focus on fiber, T-Mobile seemingly pumping the brakes on deployment of additional mid-band 5G spectrum. Word this week from the National Content and Technology Cooperative, or NCTC, announcing a unified connectivity exchange platform. The exchange will aggregate the 700-member independent broadband and pay TV provider networks into a unified network with the potential of reaching roughly a third of the buildings nationwide. NCTC's connectivity exchange built in partnership with ConnectBase. And finally, there's nothing quite like having a couple of good teams paired up to boost NFL TV ratings. Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime Video saw a jump of 16% compared to last year's TNF opener. thanks in large part to the matchup of Philadelphia versus Minnesota. The Season 2 Thursday Night Football opener produced the largest ever live football audience for Prime Video and also marked the all-time streaming high for an NFL game. The Eagles-Vikings matchup averaging 15.1 million viewers across all digital and linear platforms. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on This Week in the Broadband Universe.